Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to TCS iON IntelliGem 2023. Before we move any further, may I please request Mr. Mahadevan Venkatakrishnan, Head School Education Unit TCS iON, to set the ball rolling.
A happy new year 2023 to each and every one of you, and a very warm welcome to the national grand finale of the 5th edition of TCS iON IntelliGem. It gives me immense pleasure to join all of you who are gathered to cheer and support the finalists in this contest. In a few moments, we will witness the finale, where these young and eager, the best of the lot who reach the finals, will showcase their skills competing for the crown. Our heartfelt congratulations to all the finalists who have made it thus far. When we started IntelliGem in 2018, the goal was to reach out to schools, educators, and the student community in creating and strengthening the awareness of the necessary skill sets for the future. Structured in a contest mode, we run this program almost throughout your entire academic year, or I should say, the core of your academic year. The contest starts in August around the Independence Day and ends in January on the Republic Day, aptly to really identify the gems and nourish them to become impactful nation builders in the future. The topics, the rounds, the evaluation rubric, all have been carefully put together by a team of experts. Every year, we try to introduce something new. Last year, it was visual literacy, given the growing need and growing presence of students online during the pandemic. This year, we have brought in one another topic, very relevant for the times, extremely important, given today's children are going to be the change makers, policy makers, or innovators in the future. The topic revolves around sustainable development, sustainability. This year, we have integrated sustainability as a core theme throughout the program. And many of the finalists will be talking, debating, answering some of the core challenges on sustainability. We are happy that many of them have already showcased in the previous rounds their knowledge and skill sets around sustainability as a theme. Our goal is that every student makes a quantum leap in their skill sets and unlock their true potential. Given the growing importance of skills beyond academics, IntelliGem has grown to become one of the largest national level contests in the country. Structured around the 21st century skills, today we are proud to tell you that TCS iON IntelliGem is the largest contest which runs across the country. We are very grateful to all the educators, to all the school leaders who have embraced this and who have been supporting year on year. In fact, a large number of schools have been participating right from the first year, right from inception. Thank you for all of you who have made this wonderful journey possible. I don't want to stand between the finale and you. So let me wish all the finalists who have made it thus far, whatever your performance, you should be proud that you have proven to be an IntelliGem. And that is what we celebrate. Each and every one of you is a gem. Let the finale begin. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for us to introduce our host to you. A celebrated quiz anchor across Asia, she is the only woman as a professional host in this region. Rated as 40 under 40 by Business World, she is an alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and has hosted more than 500 shows over the last couple of years, including every edition of TCS iON IntelliGem. She is also well known as the co-host of Tata Crucible and is extremely popular with school and college students. Here today to play anchor at yet another edition of TCS iON IntelliGem, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students. Welcome to the grand finale of Financial Literacy Junior category. This is a part of the IntelliGem initiative brought to you by TCS iON, a wonderful initiative by them created 5 years ago. This is the 5th year of this beautiful event. Year on year, I have seen students taking part in this event and qualifying up to the grand finale. And I must say that the bar set by us is higher every year, but the students who come in are also way higher in their caliber. I think our students are way more prepared today than they were earlier. It happens in every event because they understand the event and the students are well prepared and well read. Let me quickly introduce our finalists to you and then we will move on with our quiz. Our first finalist for the day is Om from NPS Bengaluru. Following Om is Atharva from Sanskriti, the Gurukul, Assam. All right, up next is Mehul from DPS Gurgaon. And completing the lineup for us here today is Pranavi from Glendale Academy International, Hyderabad. These kids have gone through at least 3 to 4 rounds to reach this grand finale here today. And yes, you heard me right. For financial literacy, grand finale would be a quiz. These kids are already aware of that. And I'm pretty sure they've done their homework and are well prepared. So let's move into the first round of the quiz and we'll get into the format and the rules as we move into the rounds of the quiz. The first round, Bulls, Bears, and you. Here we go. All right, kids. First of all, I have 4 rounds for you. All of them are on the buzzer, so I need you to be prepared with your buzzers. Please remember, single attempt per question only, multiple attempts are not allowed. Now, in the first round, these are text questions, so you will have questions appearing on your screen. However, I will also be asking the questions to you, okay? Now, remember, I may have options on and off for few questions. I may not have options for the rest of the questions. It's your choice on when you decide to press the buzzer, okay? Does not mean I have options for all the questions. It is not an MCQ. So please remember that. Your scoring pattern for the first round is plus 50. There is no negative marking for the first round. But
Please remember, you have to give me an answer 5 to 7 seconds after you have pressed the buzzer. You are not allowed to press the buzzer and then think about the answer. You will not get a negative in the first round, but you will lose the opportunity to give me the answer if you cross that time limit. Okay? So if all of you are ready, let's start with the first question of bulls, bears, and you. Coming up on your screen, buzzers ready and buzzers are unlocked. So please be very careful. They're very sensitive. First question coming up on your screen now. What in financial terms is a break-even point? We speak a lot about break-even point. When we launch a new company, when we launch new products, we talk about break-even points. Atharva is on the buzzer. Go ahead, Atharva.
A break-even point is like the amount of money that you've invested and the amount of money that you've gotten in revenue, and you break even and you have not lost any money. So then it's a break-even point.
So you're telling me that you have not lost any money, meaning whatever money you have put into the business, you have received that back already in forms of revenue, and you have not lost any money. Those are the words that you used. Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. Break even is basically the point where there is no profit or no loss. That's exactly what he explained in his own words. I think that's wonderful for a kid of his age to explain what break even point is. Atharva getting the first plus 50, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now move into the second question coming up on your screens now. There had been an English coin by this name and was first authorized by Henry VII in 1489. It means a British gold coin with a nominal value of £1 today. That's what it means today. What is this that I'm talking about? It's a very common, it's a word. It's a word, okay? Atharva, go ahead.
A pound?
I've already given pound
Okay,
in
sorry,
the question.
sorry, sorry.
You can't change your answer, Atharva. You have told me pound already, and I've told you that pound is wrong. After I've told you that an answer is wrong, you cannot change your answer, okay? All right. It does not get any negative, ladies and gentlemen, since we do not have any negatives in the first round. However, since there are no 2 attempts, I will give you the answer. The answer, sovereign. Sovereign is what I was looking for as an answer. All right, let's move on to the third question coming up on your screen from the world of stock markets. Here we go. What is a blue chip stock in a market? In a stock market, that is. Mehul on the buzzer. Go ahead, Mehul.
So, a big company that generally brings you profits is a blue chip stock in a stock market.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. It's beautiful how these kids are able to understand concepts and are able to explain it to us in their own words. It's very easy to memorize. It is difficult to understand and explain it in their own words. A high value company stock is a blue chip stock in market. He's absolutely right, and he gets a plus 50 on that one. Blue chip is actually the name, or the concept is actually derived from the highest value coin in a poker game. That is the trivia behind the blue chip, the name that has been given, but plus 50 to Mehul on that one. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here we go. All right, question number 4. Which fund was formed in 1944 by the ideas of Harry Dexter White and John Maynard Keynes with objectives to secure financial stability and facilitate international trade? This, please understand that this is sort of an organization of sorts. Okay, an organization of sorts. Mehul, go ahead.
International Monetary Fund?
I think you caught on to the clue when I said it's sort of an organization. Plus 50. Beautiful answer, Mehul. International Monetary Fund. All right, he gets another plus 50. The last question of this round. Question number 5 coming up now. Accountants use different methods of depreciation for tax purposes. We all are aware of this. One of them is LIFO. L-I-F-O. What does LIFO stand for? It's a very simple abbreviation that I'm looking for. Very simple, nothing technical. The words in the abbreviation is nothing technical. The method, yes, of course, that is technical. LIFO. All right, more than 5 or 7 seconds. Let me give the answer for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Kids, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like you should have taken the chance. LIFO is nothing but last in, first out. Last in, first out is what I was looking for. All right, nevertheless, these kids have done very well in the first round itself. Let's quickly take a look at the score and then we will move into the second round of this quiz. Well, as of now, I have Mehul leading this quiz with 100 points and Atharva close behind him with 50 points. Pranavi and Om are yet to score, but I'm pretty sure they will also open their accounts very quickly. Let's move on to the second round, ladies and gentlemen. Dashboards. Here we go. All right, finalists, in this round, you will have images, pictures coming up on your screen. Along with the pictures, I have corresponding questions. Remember, the moment you press the buzzer, I will stop reading out the question because you are indicating to me that you already know the answer. So choose the moment to press the buzzer very, very carefully, okay? All right. Good luck to all of you. Scoring pattern is slightly different from the second round. This is the grand finale and we know the kind of prizes the kids are going to get. There are going to be negative points in place from the second round. So your scoring pattern is going to be plus 50 minus 50. Okay? Although I would still urge you to not get worried about the negatives and focus on the questions alone. Let's move on to the first question under dashboards, image coming up on your screen now. Which country features the hibiscus on its currency note? Or just tell me which country does this currency belong to. The hibiscus is the beautiful highlight in the currency note, hence we focused on it. Just tell me which country this currency belongs to. Think Asia. All right, time is up. No one going on the buzzer. Oh, Atharva, you're on the buzzer. All right, you're too late. You can answer, but no points. All right, you're too late. I told time is up already. Go ahead, you can try. No points.
I'm not sure, but I believe this is Nepal.
I'm so glad you did not press the buzzer before I said the time is up. That's the wrong answer, Atharva. The right answer is Malaysia. Malaysia is the right answer. All right, he will not get any negatives since I have already told or announced that the time was up. So he will not get any negatives on that. Let's move on to the second question of this round. Coming up on your screen is the next image. Here we go. Which currency note is this a tribute to? That is Edmund Hillary. Go ahead, Mehul on the buzzer.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, he says with a lot of doubt and a huge question mark on his face there. Plus 50 to you. You're absolutely right. New Zealand is absolutely right. This is a tribute to Edmund Hillary. All of us know he's from the Mount Everest fame. So this is a tribute to him and the currency belongs to New Zealand. Giving Mehul is his next plus 50. Let's move on to question number 3 coming up on your screen now. The Atal Innovation Mission is a part of which important planning body in India? You would have definitely heard of Atal Innovation Mission. Most of you will have this in your schools, right? You've seen these labs in your schools. Which planning body initiated or started this Atal Innovation Mission? I'm very sure you've heard the name of the committee too, or the planning body too. All right, no one going on the buzzer on this one. The answer I was looking for, Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is the answer. Go back and take a look at some of the posters that are in your school for the Atal Innovation Mission or the labs that you have, and you will find Niti Aayog somewhere there on those posters. All right, let's move on to question number 4. Coming up on your screen is the next image. Here we go. Where would you find this digital currency machine? Atharva is on the buzzer. I think he's caught onto a clue that's on the screen. Go ahead.
I believe I'll find this in the game of life.
Could you repeat your answer, Atharv?
I believe I will find this machine in the game of life.
He says game of life, minus 50 on this one. If you look at it very carefully, your drift is not wrong. It is a game. You're absolutely right on that part. The answer though is Monopoly. Monopoly is what I was looking for and is an answer. I do understand the confusion, but I thought Monopoly would be a more, closer answer than a game of life. Atharva taking a minus 50 on that, ladies and gentlemen. The last question of this round coming up on your screen now. Which one among these three people on your screen has not been the RBI governor? Mehul, quick on the buzzer. Go ahead.
P. Chidambaram. And the third one.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. P. Chidambaram is the one who's not been the RBI governor of our country. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, time for me to quickly tell you where our contestants stand. All right. Mehul is holding on to his lead. He's very careful with the answers that he's giving. He's not taking chances. That's also a good strategy. And he's leading with 200 points. While Atharva is taking his chances, sometimes that also is a good strategy in a quiz. Let's see which strategy pays off. But since Atharva took a negative earlier, he's back on nil along with Pranavi and Om. But we are only halfway through the quiz. I would still say that Mehul may not necessarily be, out of the woods yet. We don't know what will happen. We still have two more rounds. If one of them decides to get multiple questions right, it is still possible for them to ensure that they either give a tough competition to Mehul or probably even win this quiz. There's still a chance. Let's see what happens. Let's move on to the next round of our quiz, Intelligent Investor. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the grand finale of Financial Literacy Junior category, a part of the IntelliGem initiative brought to you by TCS iON. We have already completed a half of this quiz, and now it's time for us to move into the third round. Finalists, in this round, you will have questions that will come up on your screen. These are textual questions that will come up on your screen. Along with that, you will also have number of blocks that will come up on your screen. So these blocks indicate the number of letters in the answer. Be very careful when you give me the answer. Don't get carried away alone by the question. Ensure that you see the number of blocks and then give me the answer. Okay? Good luck to all of you. Plus 50, minus 50, your scoring pattern. Okay? All right. The first question of this round coming up on your screen now. I dash to pay the bearer of the sum of rupees so and so. It's a statement which means that the banknote is a legal tender for the specified amount. I need a term, a word as an answer. It is not a technical term, it's a word. Yes, Mehul, go ahead.
Promise.
Promise is absolutely right. Promise is what I was looking for. A bank note is nothing but a promissory note. The term for it is a promissory note. So if you look at it carefully, these are the words that you will find. I promise to pay the bearer the sum of rupees so and so. All right, Mehul getting another plus 50 on that. Let's move on to question number 2 coming up now. If you were paying for a dinner in Moscow, you would use this currency. Atharva, go ahead.
Ruble.
Absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that. I think Atharva is good with country and currencies. He did attempt to give an answer with currencies earlier as well. Let's move on to question number 3 coming up on your screen. Here we go. This term is usually used to describe a sale of property to the highest bidder. Mehul is quick on the buzzer. Go ahead.
Auction.
Auction, absolutely right, plus 50 to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the questions, while they are very closely related to finance or the world of finance, sometimes you just need to focus on the meaning of the question that is given and deduce the answer. I think these kids are very good at doing that and they're able to give me most of the answers correctly. Let's move on. Question number 4 coming up on your screen now. A certificate of indebtedness issued by a government or a corporation. A four-letter word. Go ahead, Atharva.
Bond.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. Bond is absolutely correct. All right, Atharva is gaining some ground again. He's back on 100 points. Let's move on. Question number 5 coming up on your screen now. A term used to refer either withdrawal of funds from an account or a negative accounting entry. Mehul, go ahead.
Debit.
Debit is absolutely right. Plus 50. Plus 50 to Mehul. I see Pranavi getting a little anxious there. I think she knew the answer, but she was a little too late to press the buzzer. Sometimes that 1 second also matters. I think that is what is happening here. Mehul is very quick on the buzzers. All right, we have completed the third round as well. Let me quickly tell you where all of them stand and then we move on to the last leg of this quiz. The score, ladies and gentlemen, with 350 points, Mehul from Delhi Public School, Gurgaon is leading this quiz. And close behind him, trying to chase him, is Atharva from Sanskriti Gurukul, Assam. He is on 100 points. If you actually look back, and if Atharva had not taken the negative earlier, he would have been at least on 150 or 200 points at this point in time. But since he took that negative, he's on 100 points. Let's see what happens. There's another round to go. 5 more questions remaining in the last round. The tables can still turn. Let's move on to the last round of this quiz. Quick buck. Here we go. Nothing appearing on your screen, so you have to listen to what I have to say very, very carefully, which also means there is no other clue appearing on your screen. So when you press the buzzer, I will stop reading out the question and I'm the only one with any clues that are there for you in the question. Okay? So be very careful on when you want to press the buzzer. This entire round is only about true or false. I will make some statements and you will tell me whether the statement is true or false. Scoring pattern remains the same, plus 50 and minus 50. All right? I hope all of you are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, these are kids of classes 5 and 6. I told you in the very beginning that they are well prepared and they're very good in the respective verticals that they take part in. A beautiful initiative by TCS iON. IntelliGem, this is the 5th consecutive year that they have been holding this event. And this is the grand finale of Financial Literacy Junior category. We are moving into the last leg of this quiz. True or false, plus 50, minus 50, the scoring pattern. The first question, or the first statement rather, here we go. Since 2004, the Reserve Bank of India has prohibited individuals to open a bank account without fulfilling the KYC procedure. Is the statement true or false? Go ahead, Atharva, he's on the buzzer. Plus 50. Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. He gets a plus 50. Let's see if Atharva is able to make a comeback. Moving on to question number 2. Here we go. In rural regions, to help women, especially in the areas of finance, we have what we call SHGs. These are basically the self-help groups. True or false? Self-help groups. True or false? No one going on this one. Time is up. This statement is true. This is something that has been created to ensure that the women get the financial help that they require. Self-help groups, and this statement is absolutely true. Let's move on to the third statement, the third question of this round. All banks in India are owned and run by the government of India? Mehul, quick on the buzzer. Go ahead, Mehul.
False.
Absolutely right. He gets a plus 50. This is a false statement. The penultimate question or penultimate statement of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All companies, including private limited companies, must trade on either the Bombay Stock Exchange or the National Stock Exchange. Pranavi, go ahead. She's on the buzzer. Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. It's a false statement there. The last question of this final. Here we go. A traveler's check is a fixed denomination note issued by non-banking financial institutions for facilitating international travelers to carry and pay traveling costs safely during their travels. Is it true or false? Om is on the buzzer. Go ahead, Om.
True.
Absolutely right. He gets a plus 50 on that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true statement. Well, we have completed this quiz, and now it's time for me to tell you what the final tally speaks. All right, score, ladies and gentlemen. With 400 points, Mehul Jain from Delhi Public School, Gurgaon has won this quiz. To his credit, he has been very consistent with his performance from the very beginning. If I am not wrong, he's not taken a single negative from the very beginning. He's been very calculative about taking or attempting the questions that he chose, and he's got plus 50 on all the questions that he answered. Close behind him is Atharva with 150 points, and Pranavi and Om on 50 points each. Well, all of them have done very well. I know how they've done in their previous rounds as well, and I know how difficult the previous rounds have been for them to reach this grand finale. But Mehul, I think, was a bit quicker on the buzzer and a little quicker to deduce the answers from the questions as well. Congratulations to you, Mehul. I think you were very good and very consistent all through the quiz. Although the rest of them, that is Pranavi, Atharva, and Om, are all going to be joint runners-up. So everyone goes home with prizes at a TCS iON IntelliGem Grand Finale. So that is something that we should celebrate. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the grand finale of Financial Literacy Junior category from IntelliGem, an initiative by TCS iON. Don't go anywhere. There are many other finales coming up. Believe me, they're going to be very, very interesting. You would be at the edge of your seats. We will see you in the rest of the finals. You take care.